Now, before I begin this video, I would like to use this video as a message to the youth. If you're ever speaking with someone and you want to get the truth out of them, you don't have to do a whole bunch of talking, because they'll reveal the truth themselves. Now, I watched this short clip of Tyronn Lue, who was LeBron James' former head coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he spoke on a key moment during the 2016 NBA Finals about how he had to approach LeBron James because he didn't like LeBron James' attitude towards the game, and it showed truly what LeBron James' agenda was towards the game and how all he really cares about is stats.
You know, Bron he wasn't doing enough for me. He come to the bench one time, he's like sitting on the bench, legs crossed, he's like filing his nails. Like, man, this dude, he buzzing me, like, what's he doing? Halftime comes, and we go into the locker room. I said, Bron, you gotta be better, bro. He's like, what you mean? I got this. I said, I don't care about no stats. I don't care about no stats. We need you to be better if you wanna win. It's on you. He said, what you want me to do, T-Lue? Guard Draymond, be aggressive, shoot the ball, stop turning the ball over. Anything else? Boom, we storm out of the locker room, and the second half dominated the whole game. And so it's like, man, if you didn't get that speech at halftime, we wouldn't have won. Yeah. I'm glad I did that. Thanks, Bron.
You know, now this is just a microscope into the mentality of LeBron James. But ultimately, I respect how Tyronn Lue held his superstar athlete accountable. And what it did was it gives credence to what we've been saying for years about LeBron James and how all he truly cares about is stats. He's what I call a statistician or a statsmith. See, the Bronsexuals, by them constantly going to ESPN for sports news content, they judge basketball through the lens of an ESPN anchor and utilize their talking points. Nerds who have never touched a basketball a day in their lives. Body language says everything. Mannerisms says everything. Your eyes can see when LeBron James quit on a play, or when LeBron James give up in a certain game or in a certain series. So when these familiar faces on ESPN choose to ignore these shortcomings and they focus only on the numbers, the stats, then the sheep will think that LeBron James had a great game. I remember being at work one day, and it was, you know, time for me to switch shifts with someone. And the guy came into work, he walked in the building, and the Lakers had just lost that night. He was like, wow, so the Lakers lost tonight, huh? I was like, yeah, because LeBron played like trash. Now, I literally just seen the full game because, you know, of course, I wasn't really doing work. I was at work, but I wasn't really doing work, right? If y'all get my drift. Now, I literally just seen the full game, and I watched the fourth quarter and watched LeBron James not take over in the fourth quarter. I seen where he made costly mistakes, turning the ball over, etc. Do you know that this guy had a nerve to go to NBA.com and look at the stat sheet and says, oh, LeBron had 30 points. How he have a bad game? And I said, bro, are you serious? And the first thing they do when you call out the truth, they say you're hating. They say you're hating. But Tyronn Lue sees right through LeBron, because remember, he played with the likes of Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan towards the tail end of his career, but he still played with MJ. So it just wasn't about stats. You know, it's about the eye test. And that's what the eye test has shown us for years as to why Kobe Bryant was such a much better player than LeBron James, and why Michael Jordan was 100 times better player than LeBron James, because it wasn't just about stats. And this is why I stated before, the RBA would have been in good hands, like Allstate, if Kobe Bryant was the face of the league. Kobe Bryant studied the sport. We actually watched Kobe Bryant actively progress and get better with his footwork over time throughout his career. Kobe Bryant, he inspired others with his intense workouts and work ethic, his passion, his dedication, and his love for the sport. It inspired not just others on the basketball court, but in life in general. So this would have became a domino effect throughout the league, and you would have had the Mamba mentality spread throughout the league and kids studying the game. Seeing how much Kobe Bryant was a student of the game and how he watched old films on Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, David Thompson, etc., it made me go watch old film as well, watch the old classics. It made me go watch old Wilt Chamberlain highlights, right? Bro, I really thought that Michael Jordan really invented the fadeaway. But I go back and watch these classic films and I see Wilt Chamberlain, he been doing the fadeaway. And On top of that, you know, my dad schooled me on the Connie Hawkins of the world, the George Gervins, and the Moses Malones of the world. And studying Kobe, the love he had for Jerry West, I became a huge Jerry West fan. But the new generation, all they know is LeBron. They think LeBron James invented basketball. So instead of having the Mamba mentality, here we have a generation of the LeBronda mentality. Not the Mamba mentality, the LeBronda mentality, where you have an entire generation only focused on stats, how many points that they average. Like I said, the eye test is what determines if a player is great, not you telling me all the time. For example, there are delusional people who believe that LeBron James' chase down block was far more important than Kyrie Irving hitting the clutch shot in the 2016 RBA Finals. And for Tyronn Lue to go to Kyrie Irving in that moment goes to show you who he trusts to take that shot and take it home, opposed to who he didn't trust in that moment. Because in clutch moments, there is no other option besides Jordan or Kobe. We know who's going to take the last shot, either Jordan or Kobe. But that's all LeBron James has ever cared about, was the numbers. You over on the bench giving yourself a manicure, you know, you got your numbers may look impressive, but your body language is indicating that that's all you care about. All you care about is getting your points so that the media can spin a narrative in your favor as to say, well, LeBron James, he scored 35 points, 10 rebounds and 10 assists. Also, you can hit your triple-double mark. That way fans could say, man, LeBron James ain't got no help. Look, he scored 35 points. He averaged a triple-double. Which takes me back to what Michael Jordan stated in an interview when it was pertaining to stats. He said, man, I don't really care about stats. He said that if he really only cared about stats, that he could have just stayed around long enough just to break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has just as many rings as Jordan. He has more regular season MVPs than Michael Jordan. So you can have all the accolades, you can have all the stats, but that doesn't make you a better player than Michael Jordan. So LeBron James, surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list, but that don't make him greater than Michael Jordan. But ESPN has to use stats because they know LeBron James doesn't pass the eye test. We've seen him choke in big moments. We've seen him get locked up by JJ Barea. We've seen, in my Dr. King voice, we've seen him get locked up by young Kawhi Leonard, quit on multiple super teams, lose on that super team, quit, then join another super team and lose again. See, skill is what take you a long way. When you take away the athleticism, what are you left with? If defensive players are allowed to be somewhat physical and play one-on-one on-ball defense with LeBron James will have a difficult time. He has no ball handling skills. All he does is drive the ball and shoot the ball. He has the most turnovers in RBA history, but supposedly has the highest IQ in basketball. He's not a great leader who rallies the troops when the team is losing and carry them on his back. When he's losing and he's down on the scoreboard, he looks defeated and he's waiting on someone else to come save the day. On the outside, he's Batman, but on the inside, he's Robin. So the numbers are smoke and mirrors to distract you from seeing the magic trick is fake. It's to overcompensate for the lack of inabilities that LeBron has on the floor. If ESPN and the Fox Sports of the world went out of business today or tomorrow, and they couldn't constantly fuel these narratives and talking points, people would instantly start to think that, hey, maybe LeBron isn't as great as I thought he was. Skill for skill, that man can't match Kobe. That man can't match Jordan. Skill for skill, that man can't match Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. He needs to break all these records to seem as if he's above all of these guys. But in all actuality, he's nothing more than an overrated basketball